In the vast expanse of the Milky Way, countless civilizations thrived among the stars. For millennia, the Galactic Council had ruled over these diverse species, maintaining order and peace. Their advanced technology and diplomatic prowess had earned them respect and fear from all corners of the galaxy. All except one small blue planet in a remote solar system. Earth, home to the humans, was a curiosity to the Council. They had observed this young civilization for centuries, watching as humans slowly crawled out of their primitive state. The Council saw their petty wars, their environmental destruction, and their painfully slow technological progress. In their eyes, Earth was nothing more than a footnote in galactic history. On a fateful day, the Council gathered in their grand chamber on the capital world of Zix-9. The room buzzed with the chatter of 1,000 different species, each representative adorned in their cultural regalia. At the center, the High Counselor, a tall, luminescent being named Zor-El, called for silence. Esteemed colleagues, Zor-El's voice boomed across the chamber. We face a dilemma. The humans of Earth have detected our presence. A murmur rippled through the crowd. A Vexillian representative, with its tentacles waving in agitation, spoke up. How is this possible? Their technology is centuries behind ours. Zor-El's expression darkened. It seems we have underestimated them. Our stealth systems were breached by a primitive radio telescope array. The humans are now aware that they are not alone in the universe. The chamber erupted in chaos. Some demanded immediate action. Others called for caution. The Draconian ambassador, scales gleaming under the chamber's lights, hissed, "We should crush them now, before they become a threat." Silence. Zor-El's voice cut through the noise. We must decide on a course of action. The humans are still weak, but they are unpredictable. If left unchecked, they could upset the balance we have maintained for eons. The Council debated for hours. They reviewed data on human history, analyzed their rate of technological progress, and assessed the potential threat. As the twin suns of Zix-9 set, casting an eerie glow through the chamber's crystal dome, a decision was reached. Zor-El stood, his form shimmering with barely contained energy. It is decided. We will subdue the humans and bring Earth under our direct control. Their potential for chaos is too great to ignore. The plan was set in motion. A fleet of warships, each capable of destroying entire continents, was assembled. The most advanced AI systems were programmed with Earth's languages and cultures. Weapons that could rewrite the very fabric of reality were primed and ready. As the invasion force prepared to depart, a young aide approached Zor-El. "High Counselor, shouldn't we attempt peaceful contact first? The humans might willingly join us if given the chance." Zor-El looked down at the aide, a mixture of pity and amusement in his glowing eyes. "Young one, you have much to learn. Humans are violent, unpredictable creatures. They would see our peaceful overtures as a sign of weakness. No, it is better to show them our strength from the start." The aide bowed and retreated, but doubt lingered in their mind. They couldn't shake the feeling that the Council was making a grave mistake. As the massive fleet departed for Earth, Zor-El drafted the ultimatum that would be delivered to Earth's leaders. It was a message of overwhelming force, demanding complete and unconditional surrender. The Council was certain that faced with such power, the humans would have no choice but to submit. Little did they know that on that small blue planet, hidden from their advanced sensors, humanity had been preparing for this moment for decades. The Council's mistake was about to become apparent, and the galaxy would never be the same again. As the fleet entered Earth's solar system, alarms blared in secret bunkers across the planet. In Washington, Moscow, Beijing, and a dozen other capitals, leaders gathered in emergency sessions. The moment they had long feared and prepared for had finally arrived. But unlike the panicked, primitive response the Galactic Council expected, Earth's defenders wore grim smiles. They knew something the invaders didn't. Humanity was far from helpless. The coming battle would shock not just the Council, but the entire galaxy. The stage was set, the Council's mistake was made, and Earth was ready to unleash its vicious revenge. While the Galactic Council plotted their invasion, Earth was far from the primitive planet they imagined. For decades, a select group of scientists, military leaders, and politicians had been working in secret, preparing for the day when humanity would face an extraterrestrial threat. It all began in 1947 with the Roswell incident. What the public believed to be a weather balloon was, in fact, a scout ship from the Galactic Council. The recovery of this advanced technology sparked a global covert initiative, Project Starshield. Deep beneath the New Mexico desert, in a facility known only as the Hive, Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before a holographic display of the solar system. Red dots representing the approaching Galactic Council fleet blinked ominously. "They're earlier than we expected," she muttered, her brow furrowed with concern. General Zhang Wei, her longtime colleague, nodded grimly. "But we're ready, Elena. We've been ready for years." The Hive was just one of dozens of secret bases scattered across the globe. In these hidden facilities, Earth's brightest minds had reverse-engineered the alien technology from Roswell and combined it with human ingenuity to create defenses beyond anything the Galactic Council could imagine. Dr. Rodriguez tapped the holographic display, zooming in on Earth's orbit. A network of seemingly innocuous satellites appeared. "The quantum shield grid is fully operational," she reported. "Once activated, it will render Earth invisible to their sensors and impenetrable to their weapons." General Zhang smiled. "And our offensive capabilities?" With another gesture, Elena brought up schematics for sleek angular spacecraft. "The Phoenix fleet is primed and ready. 50 ships, each equipped with gravitic drives and plasma cannons. They're hidden in underground hangars and underwater bases around the world." But Earth's secret weapons weren't limited to advanced technology. In a secure room adjacent to the main chamber, a group of individuals sat in meditation. These were the PC Core, humans with latent psychic abilities that had been identified and trained over generations. Captain Aisha Okafor, leader of the PC Core, opened her eyes and addressed Dr. Rodriguez through the intercom. "We've made contact with the alien minds, Doctor. They're overconfident, arrogant. They have no idea what they're walking into." Meanwhile, in the White House Situation Room, President Sarah Chen met with world leaders via secure holographic conference. The room was tense, but there was a steely determination in every face. "Ladies and gentlemen," President Chen began, "the moment we've prepared for is here. Are we in agreement?" One by one, the leaders nodded. The Chinese premier spoke up. "Our missile silos are empty, replaced with quantum disruptors. Ready on your command." The Russian president added, "Our nuclear submarines now house graviton torpedoes. They await your word." Similar reports came in from every nation. What the world thought was an ongoing arms race had been, in reality, a coordinated effort to upgrade Earth's defenses without alerting the public or any watching aliens. Back in the Hive, Dr. Rodriguez and General Zhang were going over final preparations when an alarm blared. A young technician called out, "Doctor, we're detecting a transmission from the alien fleet. They're broadcasting on all frequencies." The room fell silent as the alien message played. "People of Earth, this is High Counselor Zor-El of the Galactic Council. Your planet is now under our control. Surrender immediately and submit to our rule, or face annihilation. You have one Earth rotation to comply." General Zhang's fists clenched. "Arrogant bastards." Dr. Rodriguez placed a hand on his shoulder. "It's time, old friend. Shall we show them what humanity is really capable of?" The general nodded, then turned to the command center. "Initiate Operation Thunderbolt. And someone get me the president. It's time to wake the sleeping giant." Across the globe, hidden facilities hummed to life. The quantum shield shimmered into existence, enveloping the Earth in an invisible, impenetrable barrier. In secret hangars, pilots rushed to their advanced fighters. The PC Corps focused their collective will, preparing to wage a war on the mental plane. As the Galactic Council's fleet approached, confident in their superiority, they had no idea that they were flying into a trap decades in the making. Earth was not the primitive world they thought it was. It was a fortress, armed with technology that rivaled or even surpassed their own, and defended by a species that had spent its entire history preparing for this very moment. The stage was set. Humanity was ready, and the Galactic Council was about to learn a harsh lesson about underestimating their opponents. The Galactic Council's ultimatum had expired. High Counselor Zor-El stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Celestial Hammer, his luminescent form pulsing with anticipation. The massive view-screen before him showed the blue-green orb of Earth, seemingly defenseless against the armada of 1,000 warships. "The humans have not responded to our demands," Zor-El announced to his officers. "Commence the attack." Across the fleet, weapons powered up. Beams of energy, capable of cracking a planet's crust, lanced out towards Earth. The alien warriors waited for the satisfying sight of continents shattering and oceans boiling. But nothing happened. The energy beams simply vanished a few thousand kilometers from Earth's surface. Zor-El's eyes widened in disbelief. Impossible. Fire again. Another barrage was launched, with the same result. The Galactic Council's most powerful weapons were being absorbed by an invisible shield. On Earth, in the command center of the hive, Dr. Elena Rodriguez allowed herself a small smile. "The quantum shield is holding, General Zhang." Not even a flicker. General Zhang nodded, his face grim but satisfied. "Excellent. Now, let's show them our teeth." He pressed a button on his console. "All Phoenix Fleet units, you are clear to engage. Happy hunting." Around the world, hidden hangar doors slid open. From mountain ranges, desert plains, and ocean depths, Earth's secret fleet of advanced spacecraft emerged. They were sleek, angular vessels that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Each one was piloted by Earth's best, trained for years for this very moment. In low Earth orbit, Colonel Jenna Harper led the first wave. Her voice crackled over the comms to her squadron. "Remember your training, people. We may be outnumbered, but we've got surprise on our side. Hit hard and fast." The Phoenix fleet shot towards the alien armada, their gravitic drives allowing them to maneuver in ways that defied conventional physics. The Galactic Council ships, still reeling from the failure of their initial attack, were caught off guard. Plasma cannons and graviton torpedoes blazed from Earth's defenders. The alien ship shields, calibrated for their own energy weapons, proved inadequate against Earth's hybrid technology. Explosions blossomed in the void of space as the first Galactic Council ships fell. Zor-El watched in horror as his fleet took heavy losses. "How is this possible?" he raged. "They're savages, primitive monkeys." His tactical officer, voice shaking, reported, "High Counselor, we've lost 20% of our forces already. Their technology, it's like nothing we've ever seen." But the Galactic Council had numbers on their side. As the initial shock wore off, they began to coordinate their efforts. Swarms of fighter craft poured out of the larger ships, engaging the Phoenix fleet in dogfights that lit up Earth's orbit. On the planet's surface, the battle was being felt. Despite the quantum shield protecting against direct attacks, the energy expenditure was enormous. Power grids fluctuated, causing blackouts in cities worldwide. In New York, Tokyo, and Lagos, civilians huddled in designated shelters, feeling the vibrations of distant explosions. The world watched on emergency broadcasts as humanity fought for its very existence. Back in the hive, Dr. Rodriguez frowned at her displays. "The shield is holding, but we're taking losses in orbit. We need to buy more time." General Zhang turned to Captain Aisha Okafor of the TC Corps. "Captain, it's your turn. Show us what you and your team can do." Aisha nodded, her eyes gleaming with determination. In a secure chamber, she and her fellow psychics joined hands, forming a circle. Their minds reached out, crossing the vast distances of space to touch the alien consciousness. Aboard the Celestial Hammer, Zor-El suddenly clutched his head, crying out in pain. All around him, alien crew members did the same. Strange visions filled their minds, memories of Earth's long history, the triumphs and tragedies of humanity, the indomitable spirit that had brought them to the stars. For a moment, the Galactic Council fleet faltered. Ships drifted out of formation as their crews grappled with the psychic assault. The Phoenix fleet seized the opportunity, pressing their attack with renewed vigor. Colonel Harper's voice rang out over the comms. Push them back. For Earth. As the battle raged in space, the people of Earth held their breath. In homes and shelters, in secret bases and command centers, humans from all walks of life were united in their defiance. They had prepared for this moment for generations, and they would not go quietly. The initial assault of the Galactic Council had been blunted, but the war was far from over. As the first wave of attacks was repelled, both sides prepared for a protracted conflict that would determine the fate not just of Earth, but of the entire galaxy. In the depths of space, the battle raged on, a testament to humanity's resilience and the folly of those who would underestimate them. As the space battle raged on, Earth's defenders knew they couldn't rely solely on their orbital forces. It was time to unveil the next phase of their plan, a daring counterattack that would take the fight directly to the Galactic Council. In a hidden undersea base off the coast of Australia, Dr. Yuki Tanaka made final adjustments to her life's work. The Dimension Ripper, a massive ring-shaped device, hummed with power. It was Earth's secret weapon, capable of opening wormholes to any point in space. All systems are green, Dr. Tanaka reported to the hive. We're ready to open the portal. General Zhang's voice crackled over the comm. Excellent work, Doctor. Commencing Operation Trojan Horse. Across the globe, elite squads of soldiers, each equipped with advanced powered armor, gathered at similar facilities. These were Earth's best warriors, trained in both human and reverse-engineered alien combat techniques. Major Jake Steele, leader of the Alpha Squad, addressed his team. Listen up, people. We're about to make history. Our job is to infiltrate the enemy fleet and cause as much chaos as possible. Remember your training, watch each other's backs, and make Earth proud. With a thunderous roar, the Dimension Ripper activated. A swirling vortex of energy appeared within its center, a gateway to the heart of the Galactic Council's fleet. Major Steele grinned beneath his helmet. Alpha Squad, move out. Squads of Earth's soldiers charged through the portal, emerging in the hangars and corridors of unsuspecting alien ships. Alarms blared as the Council forces scrambled to respond to this unexpected invasion. Aboard the Celestial Hammer, High Counselor Zor-El received the shocking news. Impossible, he raged. How did they breach our defenses? Earth's warriors wreaked havoc throughout the fleet. Their powered armor, enhanced with alien technology, made them formidable opponents. They planted quantum bombs in engine rooms, hacked into ship systems, and engaged in fierce firefights with alien crews. Major Steele led his team through the twisting corridors of a Council battlecruiser. Plant the charges here, he ordered, indicating a critical juncture of power conduits. This ought to give them a nasty surprise. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the PC Corps intensified their efforts. Captain Aisha Okafor and her team delved deep into the alien minds, sowing confusion and fear. In the vast network of Council communications, false orders and misleading information began to spread. Alien ships fired on their allies, believing them to be human vessels in disguise. Cord. Ination among the Council fleet broke down as paranoia and chaos took hold. Dr. Rodriguez monitored the battle from the hive, her eyes darting between dozens of holographic displays. It's working, she breathed. Their fleet is in disarray. General Zhang allowed himself a grim smile. Now for the knockout punch. Initiate Operation Sunburst. Around the Earth, massive solar collectors that had been disguised as satellites shed their camouflage. They began to gather and focus the sun's energy, channeling it through the quantum shield. Colonel Harper's voice came over the comms, directed at all Earth forces. All units, clear the target zone. I repeat, clear the target zone. The Phoenix fleet and the infiltration teams hastily retreated. The Council ships, still in chaos, failed to notice the strategic withdrawal. With a blinding flash, a concentrated beam of solar energy burst forth from Earth. It sliced through space, cutting a swath of destruction through the heart of the alien fleet. Council ships vaporized instantly, their advanced shields useless against this raw display of power. On the bridge of the Celestial Hammer, Zor-El watched in horror as a third of his remaining fleet was annihilated in seconds. "Full retreat," he bellowed. "All ships, fall back immediately." As the Council fleet began to withdraw, Earth's forces pressed their advantage. The Phoenix fleet harried the retreating aliens, picking off stragglers and damaged ships. Through the Dimension Ripper portals, the infiltration teams returned, bringing with them a wealth of alien technology and prisoners for interrogation. In the hive, cheers erupted as the scale of their victory became clear. Dr. Rodriguez turned to General Zhang, her eyes shining. "We did it. We actually did it." The general nodded, but his expression remained serious. "We've won the battle, Alina, but the war is far from over. The Council will be back, and they'll be out for blood." As the remnants of the Galactic Council fleet limped away from Earth, humanity savored its first major victory. Cities around the world erupted in celebration as news of the alien retreat spread, but in secret bases and command centers. Earth's leaders knew this was just the beginning. They had shocked the galaxy with their resistance, but now they had to prepare for the Council's inevitable return. As the adrenaline of battle faded, one question loomed large in every mind. What would be the Galactic Council's next move, and would Earth be ready for it? The Galactic Council's retreat had given Earth a moment to breathe, but humanity's leaders knew they couldn't rest on their laurels. In the hive, Earth's central command, a bold plan was taking shape. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before a holographic display of the galaxy, her eyes fixed on a pulsing red dot. "That's it," she said, pointing. "Zix-9, the Galactic Council's homeworld." General Zhang Wei stroked his chin thoughtfully. "Can we reach it?" Dr. Rodriguez nodded. "With the data we gathered from the captured ships and prisoners, we've pinpointed its location. The Dimension Ripper can get us there." President Sarah Chen's hologram flickered into view, a strike at the heart of the Council. "It's risky, but it might be our only chance to end this war decisively." The decision was made. Operation Cosmic Storm was set in motion. In orbit around Earth, a fleet of newly constructed warships assembled. These vessels, dubbed the Thunderbolt class, combined the best of human ingenuity with reverse-engineered alien tech. At their center was the flagship, the ESS Humanity's Hope, commanded by the now Admiral Jenna Harper. As the fleet prepared to depart, Dr. Yuki Tanaka made final adjustments to the Dimension Ripper. "Remember," she warned, "we can only keep the portal open for 24 hours. After that, you're on your own." Admiral Harper's voice crackled over the comms. "Understood, Doctor. We'll make every second count." With a blinding flash, the Dimension Ripper tore open a hole in space. The Earth fleet surged forward, crossing vast interstellar distances in mere moments. They emerged in the Zix-9 system, catching the Galactic Council completely off guard. The planet's orbital defenses, formidable as they were, had never been designed to repel an attack from within their own secure space. On Zix-9's surface, High Counselor Zor-El was in the middle of a heated debate with other council members when alarms blared. "Impossible," he gasped, staring at the tactical displays. "How did they find us?" The Earth fleet wasted no time. Thunderbolt-class ships engaged the orbital defenses, their advanced weapons tearing through shields that had stood for millennia. From their hangars, swarms of fighters emerged, piloted by Earth's best. Major Jake Steele led a squadron towards the planet's surface. "Remember the plan," he barked to his team. "We're here to capture, not destroy. The Council faces Earth's justice today." As battles raged in space and air, Earth's ground forces made planetfall. Drop pods streaked through Zix-9's atmosphere, deploying squads of powered armor troops into the heart of the Council's capital. The Council's own forces, accustomed to being the undisputed masters of the galaxy, found themselves outmatched by Earth's warriors. Humans moved with a speed and ferocity that shocked the aliens, their tactics unpredictable and devastating. In the Council's Grand Chamber, Zor-El and the other leaders found themselves surrounded. Major Steele's voice boomed through his armor speakers. "High Counselor Zor-El, in the name of Earth and humanity, you are under arrest." Across the galaxy, news of the attack spread like wildfire. Alien civilizations watched in awe as live feeds showed Earth's forces standing victorious in the heart of the Galactic Council's power. Admiral Harper's voice echoed across all frequencies. "Attention, citizens of the galaxy. The tyranny of the Galactic Council is at an end. Earth stands ready to usher in a new era of true cooperation and mutual respect among all species." As Zor-El was led away in restraints, the weight of his mistake crushed down on him. He had underestimated humanity, seeing them as primitive and weak. Now they had done the impossible, crossing the galaxy to bring the fight to his very doorstep. Back on Earth, celebrations erupted in every city. Humans poured into the streets, cheering and embracing as news of the victory spread. In the hive, Dr. Rodriguez and General Zhang watched the scenes with a mixture of joy and solemn reflection. "We did it," Dr. Rodriguez said softly. "We've changed the course of galactic history." General Zhang nodded. "Yes, but now comes the hard part. We have to prove we're worthy of the power we've gained. The galaxy will be watching." As the Earth fleet secured Zix-9 and began the process of dismantling the Council's oppressive regime, a new chapter in the story of the galaxy was beginning. Humanity, once dismissed as primitive, had risen to become a force that shook the very foundations of interstellar civilization. The coming days would bring challenges as Earth stepped onto the galactic stage. But for now, in this moment of triumph, one thing was clear. Humanity had earned its place among the stars, and the galaxy would never be the same again. In the weeks following Earth's stunning victory over the Galactic Council, the galaxy was in turmoil. The power vacuum left by the Council's fall had sparked a frenzy of political maneuvering among the countless alien races that once lived under its rule. On Earth, the mood was a mixture of celebration and caution. Humanity had won its freedom and proved its worth, but the responsibilities that came with their new status weighed heavily on the world's leaders. In the newly established Galactic Embassy in Geneva, President Sarah Chen addressed a gathering of alien diplomats. The room was a riot of colors and shapes, filled with beings from across the cosmos. Friends, allies, fellow sentients. President Chen began, her voice firm but welcoming. "Earth extends a hand of friendship to all peaceful races. We do not seek to replace the Galactic Council's tyranny with our own. Instead, we propose a new era of cooperation and mutual respect." Murmurs rippled through the crowd. A tall, willowy being with iridescent skin stepped forward. "I am Ambassador Zilax of the Luminary Confederation," it said, its voice melodious. "We have long chafed under the Council's rule. The Luminary would be honored to form an alliance with Earth." Similar sentiments echoed from other diplomats. Earth's victory had inspired hope in races that had been oppressed or ignored by the Council for millennia. But not all reactions were positive. In a dark corner of the room, a group of reptilian aliens watched with narrowed eyes. These were the Draconis, once favored enforcers of the Council. Their ambassador, Sesthek, hissed quietly to his aides, "These humans grow too powerful. We must find a way to check their influence." As the diplomatic dance continued on Earth, the galaxy at large was abuzz with Earth's sudden rise to prominence. The extranet, the galaxy's version of the Internet, was flooded with information about humanity. Alien children played games, simulating Earth's battle tactics. Restaurants on distant worlds added human cuisines to their menus. The boldness and ingenuity of humanity had captured the galaxy's imagination. But with fame came scrutiny. On the planet Nexus Prime, a hub of galactic media, news anchor Glixbor addressed his trillion-strong audience. The question on everyone's mind, the gelatinous being burbled, is whether humanity can be trusted with their newfound power. Are they liberators, or simply the next tyrants? Back on Earth, in the Hive, Dr. Elena Rodriguez and General Zhang Wei grappled with these challenges. The Andromedan Lee is requesting our help with a border dispute, Dr. Rodriguez said, scrolling through a holographic display. And the Regelian Empire wants to license our gravitic drive technology. General Zhang sighed. We've gone from fighting for our survival to playing galactic politics in a matter of weeks. Are we ready for this? Their conversation was interrupted by an urgent message. Admiral Jenna Harper's hologram flickered into view, her expression grave. We've got a situation. A Draconis warfleet just attacked one of our outposts in the Ta CD system. They're testing us. The news sent shockwaves through Earth's leadership. The fragile peace they had hoped to build was already being challenged. President Chen quickly convened an emergency meeting. We cannot allow this aggression to go unanswered, she declared. But neither can we become the very thing we fought against. After hours of debate, a decision was reached. Earth would respond, not with overwhelming force, but with a targeted strike to disable the Draconis fleet, followed by an offer of negotiations. As Earth's ships moved out, the galaxy held its breath. This would be humanity's first test as a galactic power. Could they find a balance between strength and mercy? The Draconis, expecting either a weak response or brutal retaliation, were unprepared for Earth's precise and measured attack. Within hours, their fleet was adrift, weapons and engines disabled but crews unharmed. Admiral Harper's voice echoed across space. Draconis fleet, you have witnessed but a fraction of Earth's power. We offer you a choice. Continue this pointless aggression, or join us in building a better future for all species. The Draconis commander, faced with Earth's show of both strength and restraint, chose to stand down. News of the incident spread rapidly. Many races that had been wary of Earth's sudden rise to power were impressed by their handling of the situation. Offers of alliance and trade poured in from across the galaxy. As the dust settled, Dr. Rodriguez and General Zhang stood in the Hive, watching a live feed of Earth ships helping to repair the damaged Draconis vessels. It's a new galaxy out there, Dr. Rodriguez mused, and humanity is at the center of it all. General Zhang nodded. We've come so far, so fast, but our greatest challenges and opportunities still lie ahead. As Earth continued to navigate its new role in the galactic community, one thing was clear. The age of humanity had begun, and the universe would never be the same. 5 years had passed since Earth's historic victory over the Galactic Council. The galaxy had changed dramatically, and humanity stood at the center of this transformation. As the dust settled, Earth found itself not just a player on the galactic stage, but a leader. On a crisp autumn morning, the streets of New York City buzzed with excitement. Humans and aliens alike lined the avenues, eagerly awaiting the parade that would mark the opening of the first Galactic Unity Conference. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, now Earth's Minister of Interstellar Affairs, stood on a balcony overlooking the parade route. Beside her, General Zhang Wei, retired but still a respected advisor, watched the colorful procession with a mixture of pride and wonder. Did you ever imagine we'd see something like this? Dr. Rodriguez asked, gesturing at the diverse crowd below. General Zhang chuckled. Honestly, I was just hoping we'd survive. This is beyond my wildest dreams. The parade was a spectacular display of unity. Floats representing hundreds of alien worlds rolled down the streets, showcasing their unique cultures. Earth's advanced ships flew overhead in formation with vessels from allied races, a symbol of their shared commitment to peace and progress. As the parade reached its climax, a massive hologram flickered to life above the city. It showed the newly constructed Harmony Station, a colossal space habitat orbiting Earth. The station served as a neutral meeting ground for galactic diplomacy and scientific collaboration. President Sarah Chen's voice echoed across the city as she addressed the gathered crowds and the trillions watching across the galaxy. 5 years ago, we fought for our very existence. Today, we celebrate not just our survival, but the dawn of a new age of cooperation. Earth extends its hand in friendship to all peaceful beings. Together, we will build a brighter future for every species in the galaxy. The crowd erupted in cheers, a cacophony of human voices mingling with alien sounds of approval. But Earth's new role came with its share of challenges. In the conference halls of Harmony Station, heated debates were taking place. Representatives from thousands of worlds argued over resource allocation, territorial disputes, and the structure of the new Galactic Alliance that Earth had proposed to replace the old Council. Admiral Jenna Harper, now the commander of Earth's Interstellar Defense Force, found herself mediating a tense discussion between the methane-breathing Xorxians and the silicon-based crystalline collective. "Gentlemen," she said, her voice firm but diplomatic, "Earth has no interest in imposing our will on either of your species. We're here to facilitate understanding. Surely we can find a solution that benefits both your peoples." Her words, backed by Earth's reputation for both strength and fairness, helped cool tempers. Slowly but surely, agreements were being reached. Meanwhile, Earth's influence spread in other ways. The reverse-engineered alien technology, combined with human innovation, had sparked a new age of scientific advancement. Earth's universities became centers of learning for beings from across the cosmos. In a lab at MIT, Dr. Yuki Tanaka worked alongside a team of human and alien scientists. They huddled around a device that pulsed with energy. "If our calculations are correct," Dr. Tanaka explained, her eyes shining with excitement, "this device could allow instantaneous communication across any distance. It would revolutionize galactic society." But not all was peaceful. On the fringes of known space, remnants of the old Galactic Council plotted their revenge. Earth's intelligence services worked tirelessly to track these threats, cooperating with allied races to maintain the hard-won peace. Back in New York, as the parade wound down, Dr. Rodriguez and General Zhang made their way to a meeting with President Chen. They found her in deep discussion with Zilax, the luminary ambassador. "Ah, Elena Wei," the president greeted them. Ambassador Zilax was just sharing some concerning news. "It seems the Draconis are mobilizing again, possibly with support from ex-council loyalists." Dr. Rodriguez's expression turned serious. "We knew this peace wouldn't last forever. What's our move?" President Chen's eyes gleamed with determination. "We do what humanity does best. We face the challenge head-on, with courage and innovation. But this time, we're not alone. We have friends across the stars." As they discussed strategy, a message came through from Harmony Station. The Galactic Alliance Charter had been ratified by the required number of member worlds. A new era of interstellar governance, with Earth at its heart, was officially beginning. General Zhang looked out the window at the city below, where humans and aliens mingled freely. "You know," he said softly, "when I first learned about the alien threat all those years ago, I feared for humanity's future. But now I think the galaxy wasn't ready for us." Dr. Rodriguez nodded, a smile playing on her lips. Earth's story was always meant to be written in the stars. And this is just the beginning. As night fell on Earth, lights twinkled on countless worlds across the galaxy. In alien homes and gathering places, beings of all shapes and sizes looked up at the stars, many of them wondering about the small blue planet that had changed everything. Earth's journey from a primitive world to a galactic power was a tale that would be told for generations to come. The universe was vast and full of wonders, and humanity was ready to explore it all, hand in hand with their new alien allies. The Age of Earth had truly begun.